we listen, we don't judge. Then one day, I got a call from Shina's wife. She wasn't angry or aggressive. She wasn't bothered about his affairs as long as he came home to her. She said she had always known about me, but never worried because she knew that it wouldn't last. She said she respected me for that and even suggested we be friends. Hello, it's another week and you're welcome to Life Stories with Bussy. I checked the views on the last video and I'm looking at 200 and something and I'm like, where is everybody? You guys told me to come back and I'm back. So in case people do not know that Bussy is back, kindly help me buzz your neighbor, your friends, your family member, your enemies and tell them that Bussy is back. And so let's start watching the videos. Imagine these 200 views. Imagine that 200 people sent to 20 people. You know how that will be. And you have 20 people in your contact that you can send this video to, right? Okay, so let's do that. Okay, that said, let's go into today's story. It's a lady and she goes, "Dear Auntie Bussy, my name is Gold and I'm 26 years old. I don't even know why I'm writing this. Maybe I just need to rant. Maybe it will help me feel better and have my final closure on this matter. I'm angry at everything and everyone, especially my ex, who turned out to be a married man. But before you judge me, please read to the end. And then there's my best friend Jess, who betrayed me in the worst possible way." Are we going to judge her? No, we listen, we don't judge. We're not going to judge her until we get to the end of the story. That's when we know whether we'll judge her or not. But Gold, we listen, we don't judge. Okay? So she continues, "Jess and I have always been close. We love hanging out together, visiting fun places, and just enjoying life. One day, we went to a restaurant in Ikeja GRA where she noticed a good-looking guy walking. She immediately started adjusting herself, trying to get his attention, while I sat down there eating and teasing her. After a while, Jess excused herself to use the convenience, but not before making sure he noticed her. On the way back, she struck up a conversation with him, only for him to tell her that he was actually interested in meeting me. They walked over to our table, and after a brief introduction, he asked for my number, which Jess eagerly gave him before I could even respond. We laughed about it, and then she teased me for always attracting attention without even trying. Later that night, the guy, Shino, messaged me on WhatsApp. That became our routine, texting for hours, late night calls. I started catching feelings, and when he asked me out formally, I stupidly broke up with my boyfriend at the time. From the start, I kept Jeff involved in everything. She seemed so happy for me. Dating Sheena felt like a dream. He was charming, attentive, generous, everything a girl could want. I visited him at home, spent time with him, and never suspected a thing. Then he proposed. It wasn't an elaborate proposal, but I was happy. He insisted we keep our relationship off social media, claiming that he had just left a toxic relationship with a mentally unstable ex who might try to harm me. He even suggested I not tell Jess, but I did anyway. She was thrilled for me. My mother, being the spiritual woman she is, also agreed that we should keep things quiet. Then one day, Jess called me out of the blue. She said she suspected Sheena was married. She sent me old pictures from an inactive Facebook account of his. My heart dropped. I confronted Sheena immediately, but he had an explanation ready. He said the woman in the pictures was the crazy ex he had told me about. He even broke down in tears, painting himself as the victim. I believed him. We continued planning our wedding. It was supposed to be a small one. Then came the day that shattered everything. I had a meeting with a client at a restaurant, and there right before my eyes was my Shino, sitting in a corner, cuddling and kissing the same woman he had called toxic. She was very pregnant. I stood frozen, unable to move. He had told me that he was out of town. He even sent fake messages saying that he had landed and will call me with his international number. I didn't confront him immediately. I simply made sure that he saw me as I walked out with my client. Later, he came to my house, lying through his teeth. Yes, he was married, but I was the one that he truly loved. He claimed that he hadn't known his wife was pregnant when they broke up. I knew it was all nonsense, but I loved him too much to walk away immediately. He kept me trapped in his web for over a year with fake love and emotional manipulation. Eventually, after 15 agonizing months, I found the strength to leave. It was one of the hardest things that I had ever done. I thought Jess was my rock throughout all this. She comforted me, stayed by my side, helped me heal. Then one day, I got a call from Shino's wife. She wasn't angry or aggressive. In fact, she praised me for walking away. She said I was smart, unlike my best friend, Jess, who was still dating her husband. I was speechless. Even me, I'm speechless. Because how did Jess get into the equation? Okay, let's go. She told me she not had a thing for women with my complexion. I'm very fair-skinned. But he got bored easily. She wasn't bothered about his affairs as long as he came home to her. She said she had always known about me, but never worried because she knew that it wouldn't last. The only reason she was calling me was because she could tell from Shino's messages that I had done the breaking up. She said she respected me for that and even suggested we be friends. I refused and told her never to call me again. Definitely. What manner of play does the leopard have with the dog? Like, what is the relationship between the leopard and the dog? Like, what would they be talking about? Somebody that has dated your husband and you know. That couple, they must be weird. Both the Shino and the wife, they must be crazy. Anyway, let's continue. Still in shock, I drove straight to Jess' house. And guess who I met there? There she was, kissing Shino like nothing had happened. I couldn't believe it. Shino had the audacity to walk out like I was invisible, while Jess casually told me I shouldn't be mad since I wasn't dating him anymore. Hey. It is at this point that I would like to say that everybody around this girl, Shino, the wife, and Jess, are not well. They are all not okay. Anyway, let's continue. I accused her of betraying me, of dating him behind my back while I was still with him. She didn't even deny it. Instead, she justified it. She said she had always known that he was married and that I was the stupid one for falling in love. She even had the nerve to remind me that she was the one who exposed him. I think that somehow made her betrayal okay. She said my fight should be with him, not her. I was too hot, too disgusted to argue. I walked away and blocked the both of them everywhere. 2 weeks later, guess who texted me? Shino. He said I was the only woman he had ever truly loved and that he still thought about me every day. I blocked him again. This was more than just a failed relationship. It was a double betrayal. I lost a man I loved, but worse, I lost a best friend I trusted. But if there's one thing I learned, it's that sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing that you can do. And I'm glad I did it. That is the best thing that you could have done. Wow! That's a lot to unpack. First of all, I'm really sorry about the things that you went through. Being deceived, betrayed by both a man that you loved And a best friend that you trusted can be a lot for anyone to handle. So I clap for you again that you could walk away from that relationship. Block them was the best thing that you could do. Let's be clear, you did nothing wrong by falling in love because you genuinely thought that he was single. And when you found out, you eventually found strength to walk away from that relationship, though you love the guy. So that's courage. That's real courage. So I salute you for that. As for Jess, no, Jess was not truly your friend. A real friend doesn't knowingly allow you walk into disaster, and a real friend definitely doesn't secretly date your man and while pretending to comfort you. That was betrayal. Betrayal, plain and simple. Blocking her was the best decision. Those kind of people should not have a part in your life. That's not a friend. That can never be a friend. And as for Shino, is a selfish man that thrives on lies and manipulations. His wife clearly knows the kind of man that he is, but she has chosen to stay. That's her business. But you chose yourself, and that's powerful. That's really powerful. I know that you are angry, and that's valid. But the best thing that you can do for yourself is to keep moving forward. This chapter is closed. Jess and Shino are dead to you. They are totally dead. And for me, you don't need any closure because the day you walked away, you got that closure automatically. So what you should do now is try to heal. Give yourself time to heal. Allow yourself to experience these emotions, disappointment, and sadness, but do not let it consume you. Don't let it consume you. You did the best thing by walking away and blocking them out of your life. Those kind of people are not worthy to be part of your life. Use this experience as a lesson to protect yourself better for future relationships. Surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you. Strengthen your emotional boundaries. Trust should be earned and not be given freely. Okay? Your choice of friends, you need to be very careful who your friends are. And learn to know who they are and learn to read them. Don't let this experience make you feel bitter. There are good men and good women out there who are loyal and who will go to the ends of the world for you. So don't limit yourself. Do not let this experience consume you, and do not make you get defensive such that you won't be able to make friends. But just make sure that you are able to read between the lines, okay, when you're making friends. Strengthen your emotional boundaries. Don't forget that. Learn who they are, watch them, read in between the lines, listen to the things that they are not saying, because that way you'll be able to know who is sincere and who is not. Okay. My final words to you: you're stronger than you think, and this situation doesn't define your worth. In fact, walking away from Shino and Jess shows your strength, your wisdom, and self-respect. Keep moving forward, and in time you would attract the love and relationship that you deserve. Stay strong, gold. The best is yet to come. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about all this crazy buncho. This story is very funny. A crazy man, a crazier wife, and even a very not okay best friend. Wow, that's really something. Anyway, let's meet in the comment section and let us discuss this story. Till next time when I come your way again, my name remains Bisola David. Bye.